Will it be Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, or someone else?
Okay.
Keselowski
Keselowski!
slipping.
He loses some spots.
While Harvick
But it doesn't matter.
Kyle Busch for the race lead. Danica Patrick into the wall, spinning back down into traffic.
Ah, white flags out. God damn, Danica. I wanted to have her a good finish. Harvick's got this.
Have enough fuel to get back here. See Kyle Busch.
Let's see if
getting there inside of Denny Hamlin. They're coming to turn 3. Patrick is driven away from the scene. The long dry spell for Kevin Harvick and Richard Childress Racing comes to a close at
Harvick starting the minutes, and there's a crash!
Crash behind him.
Keselowski gets through there. Newman's involved. Danica's involved again from that wreck. Paul Menard against Kurt Busch.
Mark Martin, Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, all torn up. Patrick in the middle of it.
Kurt Busch. Paul Menard. How in the hell did Keselowski manage to get through that? It was Ryan Newman. Kurt Busch got some damage, but he did get through.
Look at the side of the new championship leader's car. He's lucky. As always.
He was lucky.
Very, very fortunate.
Good job for Keselowski.
Where you can't let that dictate. When there's an accident, the caution has to be thrown. I realize what we've been through and trying to get this done, but the circumstances shouldn't dictate that whatsoever. Still a great win for Harvick. Oh, what a great job he did driving this car to victory. Passed Kyle Busch on the outside on a restart with 8 to go. Got away from Kyle Busch on the outside on a green-white checker restart. Managed to slide sideways a little bit through some of that liquid that it appeared was on the racetrack coming off turn 4 and get to the checkered flag. And for Kevin Harvick, a day that for so many others has resulted in mayhem and chaos, is going to result in a victory celebration, the first one since September of 2011 for Harvick. Brad Keselowski will finish 6th.
He's gained a lot of points for Keselowski.
Well, while Brad looks at his race car, gathers his thoughts, let's look at all that happened.
Jeff Burton.
The left rear Danica, she just goes in and crashes pretty hard. She tries the caution, didn't come out here.
And it should be.
I wanted to have a good finish. What happened here?
Wow.
Wow, and that's
Keselowski, very, very fortunate he got back there without more damage. Wow, some hard hits right here.
oh, Danica.
Took right there. Oh. What a mess.
Look at that. Look at it.
See, Harvick is power sliding through there. A lot of cars. Oh, man. Kurt Busch hit a ton.
And watch Danica hit a ton right here. She didn't expect this was going to happen.
Right here took a couple of hard hits.
That's a hard way to get a top 5 finish. That's what Newman did.
Yeah, sure.
Get through here. There you go. That's P5. Big wreck behind you now. You're going to have a big wreck behind you. A lot of.
Well, Mitch, top 6 finish for Brad Keselowski and the championship lead heading to the final race.
He's managing a smile, but certainly was a hard-earned smile today. You're the championship leader. We'll address that in a moment. But first, How about the finish and everything you had to drive through to get there?
21
You know, I
points.
raced pretty hard last week at Texas, and a couple guys gave me flack for it, but there's a difference between racing hard and what we saw today. That was, borderline ridiculous at times, but we survived, and I'm proud of everyone on the Miller Lite team for that. We had a great car, and things just didn't quite play to our strengths, but that's okay. I felt very lucky to make it through all the corners today.
You have a 21-point lead in the championship. What was your initial thought when you realized that Jimmy Johnson had been involved in the accident?
My initial thought was I heard he blew a right front tire, and I was thinking, what conspiracy theorist is going to come up with a theory on this one? And then you realize that the same thing can happen to you, and so you try not to let that get into you too much, and try to just focus on what you got, and make sure you don't have the same problem, and that was really what I was thinking. Obviously, there's no guarantees. We could go next week to Homestead and have the same problem, and Jimmy take the point lead back over. So no guarantees, but very proud to have.
Jimmy won't take the point lead because he's done. His championship hope is done.
There on that car, Brett Keselowski. Dave, since we are standing by with Jimmy Johnson.
Way out of our control, obviously, with the problem we had today. We still have to go to Homestead and race, and anything can happen down there, but not the position we want to be in leaving Phoenix. So I feel terrible for my team and how hard these guys work. Everybody at Hendrick Motorsports, Lowe's, Cobalt Tools, Chevrolet, across the board, there's been a huge effort put into this to try to get us a championship, and I just hate for our day to turn out as it did today, but it's racing, and we'll go to Homestead and do all we can down there and see how things pan out.
Jimmy, what was going on with the race car, and what were you trying to do with it when the accident occurred?
We were cruising along, and I think we're going to have a top 10 day, maybe a top 5 day if things worked out at the end. And I had a slight vibration starting on the right front. I didn't know where it was really coming from, but clearly now it was the right front. And then as I was coming off turn 4, it went down and straight in the wall I went. So another 30, 40 feet around the corner, I probably just had a flat knock at the wall. But where it let go, I had a direct line at the wall and knocked it down.
It usually smiles on you. It didn't seem to that time.
No, it's the way it goes. Anything can happen in racing. I'm very proud of the year. I'm very proud of the effort my entire Lowe's team has put in. Hate to see potentially end this way, but again, that's racing. I've been doing this a long time, and I've won a few championships, and I've lost a lot. Losing isn't any fun. But we'll be back next weekend and next year, hungrier than ever, and do the best job we can.
And Alan, double-checking timing and scoring, it is 20 points now that Jimmy is behind Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, because the race ran some extra